Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni, retired, former Director General of Infantry, is now with us. Thank you very much, General Kulkarni. How does Operation Sindoor reflect a shift in India's military doctrine?
Thank you, Mark. I think first and foremost, we mean business. And we see a terror as an act of war. And we intend, not just intend, we will react. And therefore, we are not anymore in the reaction mode. We will act if Pakistan does not mend its way. So Operation Sindoor clearly has shown the way that should Pakistan be involved in acts of terrorism, which it will be retaliated and retaliated strongly. As during Operation Sindoor, we noticed that 9 of the terrorist locations of Pakistan had been hit across Punjab, and therefore, and then the counter action by Pakistani led to 11 of the air bases being hit very hard. So that's an indication that we have zero tolerance for terror, and in fact, India will now act. Any act of terror would be seen as an act of war, and India will act. And therefore, Operation Sindoor is in pause. It has not been terminated. I sincerely hope Pakistan takes that as a clear message that it must not be using terrorism as an instrument of state policy. Should it continue to do so, it will be hit hard.
So you say the operation has paused, and so we should look at it from that point of view. But it also was a tri-services coordinated strike. What does this say then about India's operational readiness, also precision warfare capabilities?
See, we have graduated to a technological warfare. We have graduated almost towards, say, a non-contact warfare. It could have with a kinetic effect. And therefore, the synergy, since the CDS is in place, we find the synergy between the 3 services, the Air Force, the Army, and the Navy, in a manner that has led to Operation Sindoor a grand success, which led to less than 4 days, that is less than 96 hours, Pakistan almost came on the knees requesting for a ceasefire. Indicator that the synergy operations, a complete coordinated operation, which led to what had happened to Pakistan. Use of BrahMos, use of missiles, counter-drone measures in place. You found that entire thing and the entire air defense of Pakistan, which was and more or less coordinated by China, it pierced it and penetrated so deep that it led to the 9 of the terrorist locations being hit hard, in which you found Masood Azhar almost screaming and crying, I wish he had died. And therefore, that kind of an indication that Pakistan terrorists have been hit very hard. And it also shows that Pakistan was deeply involved, because the funerals of these terrorists and their families led to all these top-notch dignitaries from Pakistan attending the funerals, indicating the deep hand-in-glove action by, and they seem to be almost the proxy of the Pakistani state, the Pakistani army. All of them are deeply involved. And therefore, the clear warning that should Pakistan indulge in this kind of a terror activity, India will retaliate and will retaliate very hard. And with it came the Indus Water Treaty, which also led to Pakistan in a, it has almost put Pakistan in a quandary. Not that the water has been stopped totally, but the complete control of water has been denied and kept within the hands of India, leading to Pakistan not knowing when the water will be released, when it will be stopped. Of course, it causes problems, because irrespective of the Indus Water Treaty, where 80% of the water went to Pakistan, Pakistan didn't seem to mend its ways. And despite all the good relations wanting by India, Pakistan still continued to use terrorism as an instrument of state policy. And therefore, the revision of the Indus Water Treaty has come up for consideration.
And given what you're saying, General Kulkarni, India also showed restraint, isn't it? India only targeted the terror sites. It avoided real escalation. How do you assess India's ability to achieve tactical goals then, while maintaining, some sort of regional strategic balance?
There was no collateral damage. You notice in the entire 4 days that we did, if we were to hit the terrorist location, it was there. The terrorist locations, the Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Hizbul Mujahideen, they were only hit. Rest, everything was left, even though their own service headquarters were so close to those terrorist locations. After Pakistan retaliated and hit some of our civilian locations, we tried to hit 11 of their air bases. And again, it was military targets that were taken. It is very clear the kind of precision we have developed through satellites, through our own computing technologies, leads to this kind of a total, I would say, technological change. And this revolution in the warfare that has taken place gives a feeling, even it shook the entire world, that India could orchestrate a complete destruction of the terror network in Pakistan with so much of precision that nothing, no collateral damage was done, but a message was loud and clear. That is what resulted in it, Pakistan surrendering in 4 days and a ceasefire led to after that. A lot of times, why wasn't it taken beyond it? Well, the aim was only to achieve a political aim and a military aim. Both of them achieved, the ceasefire was accepted, what
Right.
was asked for by Pakistan.
Finally, General Kulkarni, the debate is on in Parliament, and we are seeing, the opposition and the government, debating this issue. Do you see any lessons that should be drawn from this operation for future missions? And if you can also reflect, if you've listened to some of the speeches in Parliament.
It's very important, Mark. There should be unity within the country. When it comes to the security of the country, all of us must be on the same page. You cannot start doubting as to, have you done this, have you done that, why did you do this, why did you do that? All that, I think, was things which don't, it leads to bad taste. After astounding victory, the question is something which even helps the enemy to see that, well, their house is divided. We must stand united when it comes to matters of security and national interest. Of course, we've had delegations go, which was an all-party delegation. All of them have gone abroad. All of them have heard how everybody supported
Right.
Operation Sindoor.
General Kulkarni, I need to stop you there. Thank you very much for joining.